Arunachal Pradesh Member of Parliament Tapir Gao on Tuesday alleged that the People's Liberation Army of China has abducted a 17-year-old boy from within the state. According to defense sources, after receiving initial information, Indian Army then contacted the PLA through a hotline, telling them categorically that a young man has lost his way while he was collecting herbs from the area. And sources are also now saying that Indian Army told the Chinese Army to locate him and return him back as per protocol. Now, this teenager, as information is now coming in, has been identified as Miram Taron. He was allegedly abducted from the Lungta-Jor area near Siyungla, according to BJP MP Tapir Gao. But also according to the MP, Miram Taron's friend managed to escape from the PLA. He reported to the authorities. That is how the information then surfaced. Arunachal Pradesh's MP has now requested all agencies of the government and requesting them to step up for this young man's early release.
The present incident is also happening after the Chinese renamed 20 villages of Arunachal. Is it coincidence or a pre-planned act? Time will tell. But the government of India must act fast and forcibly to ensure that the youth abducted by the PLA is returned safely.
5 youths in September 2020 who had gone hunting in the upper Subansari district. However, the PLA released them after 10 days. We are hopeful that this boy who has been abducted by the PLA, who had gone for hunting and for collection of herbs, will be released soon.
Let's go across to our defense editor Abhishek Bhalla, who's been tracking all the latest on that. Abhishek, because it's become a big political face-off already, what happens here on? Because this is also going to be between two nations who've been at a face-off for the past 1.5 years now. How are you picking up that this issue is now going to be resolved?
Well, Pooja, there are established protocols that the Indian Army is following. Sources have told us that the Indian Army is already in touch with the Chinese PLA. They've put in a request giving details of this 17-year-old boy who's gone missing. Whatever information has been put out by Indian defense sources, it does not suggest that, this boy has been abducted or forcefully taken into custody, something that was claimed by BJP MP from Arunachal, Tapir Gao. But having said that, this is a very, very sensitive subject. We still need clarification on this from authorities, whether this is a forceful, abduction, or has the PLA taken him in custody. That's something that's not been clarified. It certainly needs, more clarification. But yes, the fact remains that the 17-year-old boy has gone missing, and it was from Indian territory that he went missing. So in all probability, he has been taken into custody, but we haven't heard either from the Chinese authorities or from the Indian authorities clearly stating this aspect. Something like this has not happened for the first time. Even in September 2020, 5 Indian youth had crossed over to the Chinese side into area which was in control of the Chinese PLA, and after negotiations and discussions and verifying their details, they were finally released. We are hoping a similar protocol will be followed and this boy will be back home soon.
Thank you so much, Abhishek Bhalla, for tracking all the latest on that. Because remember, apart from what has been happening there on the ground, it's become a big political face-off between Rahul Gandhi and the government at the centre. After the news of this Arunachal Pradesh teen, Miram Taron, is being allegedly abducted by the army surfaced, the politics has now taken centre stage in how. Congress Neta Rahul Gandhi was the first and quick to attack Modi government and added that just ahead of the Republic Day, an Indian young man has been abducted by China. And the Prime Minister is silent on this issue. He's also added that this cowardly silence, that he's calling it, of the Prime Minister has actually become his statement. And Rahul Gandhi has extended support to the family of Miram Taron. But soon after, apart from this, other Congress leaders, of course, also joined in Rahul Gandhi and attacked and slammed the Modi government. Congress MLA Sachin Pilot alleged that it was for the first time that foreigners are coming in and kidnapping Indian citizens. Even Congress MP Manikam Tagore has attacked Modi government and said, after the abduction, why is the Prime Minister not even showing his 56-inch chest thumping to China? Congress spokesperson Randeep Surjewala has said, Chinese army transgresses, abducts our citizens in Arunachal, and we can do nothing.
हमारे जो ये लड़का है उनको किडनैप किया गया है, तो बहुत ही अनफॉर्चुनेट बात है कि हमारे अरुणाचल में अभी भी चीन के लोग घुसपैठी कर रहे हैं।
चीन ने हमारी ज़मीन पर अतिक्रमण करने की कोशिश कर भी रहे हैं और कुछ उन्होंने कामयाबी हासिल करी है। भारत सरकार को मुंह तोड़ जवाब देना चाहिए। जो भी भारत सरकार करती है अपने सरहदों को सुरक्षित करने के लिए, उसमें हम उनका साथ देंगे, लेकिन चुप रहना कोई विकल्प नहीं है।
The latest incident is absolutely worrying, that if an Indian citizen has been abducted by the People's Liberation Army, then under those circumstances, Government of India, our force commanders on the ground must talk to the People's Liberation Army, must get that boy back unharmed, because this abduction of Indian citizens by the Chinese PLA is something which is not acceptable at all.
It is not the Congress leaders or the media which is asking questions, but the BJP MP from Arunachal has asked for help, emergency help yesterday night. But till of now, there is steadfast silence from the Prime Minister, Mr. Modi. Why Mr. Modi is afraid to take the name of China itself?